Hey, happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with day 783 of What's She Up To Now. She's Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, also known as Pajama Grandma, in my pajamas. Yep, still. Pretty much every morning I'm in my pajamas, and it's on purpose because I wanted to go from traditional business, brick and mortar businesses, corporate America, to the online world where I could do what I want, when I want, where I want, wearing what I want, with whomever I want. And that included being comfortable and in my pajamas, because it was so different than my corporate life and how I needed to show up in the world in a lot of my businesses as well as in corporate America. So my question for you today is, how are you holding up? How are you doing? How are you doing with all the changes that are going on in our world right now? It's an unprecedented time, and I don't know about you, but we're coming up on, I think I have been pretty much, I say, sequestered instead of homebound for, oh gosh, probably since the 13th. Yeah, the 13th. I've been home since the 13th of March. And like anything else, even in winter in Wisconsin, we're starting to get a little stir crazy and cabin fever by now. And since I and two of my sisters and my mom are all in the high-risk category, and my son and as well, we just have to be more careful. So I don't know about you, but I'm not super stir crazy, but I'm a little stir crazy. So I know for sure today I'm going to get out and go for a walk, probably down to a place called the Dike. I haven't done it for a while because the roads, it depends. It looks like the sun's shining, so I'm going to commit that I'm going to do that today. And of course, I'll stay away from people because I don't think there'll be that many people out. But I need to get out in nature and get some fresh air and some sunshine, because that helps me to hold up. Yesterday, I just went outside with the dogs and I sat in the front yard and let the sun beat down on my face. It's little things like that that will keep us feeling good and energized and moving forward through whatever comes our way. But I want to know, how are you holding up? What are you doing to keep yourself healthy and centered and structured and calm and in control of your life right now? And depending on what's going on in our lives and in our situations, is going to determine the amount of pressure and stress that we're under. We're all under tremendous pressure and stress because any change creates tension, and it can be good tension or bad tension. But when change comes on like this so fast, impacting an entire world, it's pretty hard for all of us to manage it. So I'm curious, what are other people doing to stay centered, to stay positive, to stay in control? I am continuing to follow most of my regular, and if not all, well, most of my regular routines, most all of my regular routines. I feel a little guilty this morning because it's later than I usually hop online. But on weekends, I've gotten into the habit this winter of when I don't have my granddaughter, because my granddaughter usually comes around 6:30 to, now her mom's got a new job, so she usually comes a little later, like 7:30. But I want to have all of my videos made and as processed as much as possible by the time she comes, so 100% of my focus is on her. Well, on the weekends, I've gotten a little lazy this past winter and slept in, oh my God, till like 6 o'clock some mornings. And so I make my videos later on the weekends. But I still feel a little guilty about it because I know that for me personally, when I maintain the same schedule every single day, and that means waking up the same time every day no matter what, and I've done that for years to overcome things like chronic pain and chronic illness, I found that I personally work best, and this may or may not work out for you or people that you know, to have the same wake up time every single day. And then I have the same morning things that I do every day. I get up, I drink lemon water, I sneak a bulletproof coffee. I don't sneak it, I just enjoy thoroughly a bulletproof coffee. I like it more like 10:30 in the morning, but as I started to get up earlier to hang out with my granddaughter this year, I wanted to have more energy early in the morning. So what kind of things are you doing to keep yourself positive and focused? I think the best and biggest thing people can do is go on a massive learning and curiosity and personal development bend. And if you're not working from home and tied up, like your normal 8 hours a day at work, at home working, and even if you are, you've still got more hours in the day. Find something that you're curious about and investigate it and look into it and learn about it. And maybe it's the new thing that you're going to pivot to and become an expert in. But maybe it's just fun and it keeps us sane because we're looking into things that give us positive energy and positive emotions. In some ways, I'm not missing a beat. Before this happened, I was already doing, starting on Monday, a live challenge workshop for 5 days and then 10 bonus days, or 5 more bonus days. So I had already mapped that out, and I was already planning on that, and I was already working toward it. Now I'm tweaking it a little bit because of what's going on in the world. But that's what I like about doing things live. We have the ability and the flexibility to change things a little bit based on what's going on in the world right now. So I'm doing that, but for the most part, I already had that scheduled. I was already working toward that. I was always pretty moving toward that. I've already been publishing every day. I've already been doing things online for a couple of years. So from a disrupting my personal routine, it's actually been pretty minimal. Does it mean I don't have the freedom to go out and about and travel around the world and go out to the store and do things and go out and eat and hang out with my sisters and have lunch and stuff and dinner and do whatever with the kids? We've had to move that all and keep that all home now, but we're still doing those same things, right? To keep us all happy and positive and moving forward. My daughter read me an email from Marcus Lemonis. She works for, Marcus Lemonis is from The Prophet and from, he owns Camping World, which now owns her company, the company that she works for. And all of her co-workers and all the people that work with her have been fired, except she's there, and a few other people are in this branch of that. But Marcus Lemonis sent out a very nice letter. And my daughters, we were talking about, she read it to me last night. She's like, that is so messed up. And she didn't say messed up. That's what she meant. She used a different word. Because people are on high emotional planes right now. And I said, well, what do you mean? I said, I thought it was a very well said and a very well written letter. And it encourages people to, turn off the TV, turn off the media, and, read a book. Focus on yourselves, focus on personal development, focus on the people that you love and care about. Do what you can do moving forward. And I thought it was a really good letter. And he's like, we're going to do what we can to make sure that the business survives. And there's going to be tough choices and tough decisions we have to make. And she's like, yeah, you fired my whole staff. So yeah, I appreciate that I have my job, but I lost my whole staff. So things like that are going on. But I said, what do you want me to do? I said, there are lots of business owners and lots of people out there that are just hiding and not saying anything. They're not saying, oh my God, I'm sorry I've had to let you all go. They're just firing everybody or just not showing up and the doors are locked. And people just don't know what's going on, which is contributing to the fear and the chaos negatively. And I keep saying, and it's so true, people are showing us exactly who they are. Now they always do, but in times of crisis and times of change, people really show us who they are, right? And they'll use the excuse of, well, I needed that toilet paper. I had to buy 6 cases because I needed toilet paper. And I don't care what everybody else is doing. I needed that. And that shows us who they are, right? I'm not judging. I'm just saying, out of fear, people will do things that demonstrate and show who they really are at the core. And guess what? A lot of us are afraid of things, but we also behave in ways that we want to make the world a better place. And politicians right now, I heard yesterday, and I don't watch the news. I think I've been really clear about that. There's politicians that are praising China on their handling of the coronavirus. There are politicians that are blaming President Trump for this virus and the American military because the Chinese wrote a book of propaganda blaming the American military, the American army. Now, how did the American army get into China to plant this virus? Come on, people, let's think for ourselves. So turn off the media, hop in on the task force once a day and see what's going on in the world. Tap into the governor of your state, your municipality, your area, and know what's going on in your backyard. But don't be swayed and carried away by everybody that's got their own agenda. Guess what? Politicians have their own agenda. They might be acting a certain way, but if they're saying anything and making this crisis about themselves instead of about you and about blaming other people instead of about focusing on solutions to the problem, you have to really ask yourself, is that somebody that I want to put my belief and trust in? I'm going to say a resounding hell no, right? So pay attention to how businesses that you do business with and have done business with in the past are responding and acting and treating people in this. And then when it all clears, when the smoke clears, decide where you're going to spend your limited resources and your money, and spend them with people and organizations and in the world in ways that make the world a better place and that you want to add to and contribute to, not ones that you don't want to. There, that's my rant and my diatribe for today about all the ridiculousness. But you know what? This is what happens all the time. We just don't always see it because some people are better at manipulating and masking their true intentions in times of just normal behavior. And they get away with it because we're all so busy running through our lives that we don't have time to notice. I say, do yourself a favor and take time to notice right now. If you're watching certain media outlets that are sensationalizing and only reporting on the bad and blowing things out of proportion, you might not know they're blowing things out of proportion, but you have to ask yourself, whatever outlet, whatever source you're getting your information from, is it really a trusted source, or is it a source with their own agenda? And is their agenda to build themselves up and to make them more important in the situation? And if so, that's all about them, right? That's all about their ego or their greed or their wanting to manipulate a situation for their benefit, not for your benefit. So be wary of that. Be aware of what are people saying, what are people doing, and how are they doing it. Now, I want to encourage you to get out there and learn something. Get out there and do things that you can do. If you're locked down because your job is gone and you're freaking out about money, stop freaking out about money, because this too shall pass. And nobody's going to debtor's prison. No one's going to lose their house over this. Nobody is going to. The government, I think I saw yesterday, $1 trillion bill or something to help people out and small businesses to weather this storm, to get through this. So instead of focusing on, oh my God, I don't have this, I can't make payroll, I gotta let all my employees go. Let them go, but be nice about it and let them know how sorry you are, and that as soon as you recover and let them know you are going to recover, you're gonna be okay after this, and you're gonna fix it, and it's just a temporary thing. Because if you approach it and you believe that, guess what? You will find a way. If you commit to, this sucks, but I'm gonna figure it out, you will figure it out. No matter how bad, no matter what your situation is, you will figure it out. And commit to that, and then start asking yourself, what is the next thing that I can do to pivot or to change or to make this happen? What can I do? What can I do to help? Any business owner, anybody that's got a business that's shut down right now, guess what? You have an incredible amount of expertise and skills and abilities that you can be applying in positive ways to help other people and to help make this situation better. It's just a matter of tapping into and asking yourself, how can I help? How can I serve? I mean, I think it's incredible, the restaurants that are continuing to do takeout and do delivery for people that are stuck at home that can't get eggs and milk and butter and cleaning supplies and paper towels at the grocery store. So they need to, people like me, we need to get food created that's made outside of our home. So, God bless those businesses and those restaurants that are continuing to do that versus folding up, throwing up their hands in the air and saying, oh, this coronavirus is out of my control. I don't know how to do delivery and takeout. Therefore, I'm going to go out of business and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, woe, woe me, poor is me. So we can all take the victim mentality and expect the world to save us. And we're going to need some help, right? And the world will save us and help us. But, the saying is, I'm going to mess it up. God helps those who help themselves, or the universe helps those who help themselves. But basically, we have to take action and be moving in a positive direction and to get that help. It's not just a handout. We have to be doing what we can do to move forward. And that is asking, how can I help? What can I do? What can I learn in this time? What can I do in this time to get better at what it is that I do and how I can help other people and how I can serve other people? Because business and life and being an employee, it's all about an exchange of value, right? If you work for somebody, you're solving a problem for them. They have a job that they need done, and they're giving you money for solving that problem and being there and working and doing the thing that you do. The same is true in our businesses. Businesses exist to solve a problem or to create value for the people that they serve. And the more ways that you can find to create value, the more unique ways you can find to create value for people, the more service that you're being to them, the more you will be rewarded, with resources, money, time, energy in return. So look for what you can do. I'm going to keep saying this. It's like beating a dead horse. Focus on what you can do. Look for what you can do. ask yourself over and over again, how can I help? What do I need to do next? What can I do in this downtime?